I will fight to follow, and I will fight for love. For my life forever, to the triumph of the sun.
Tonight, we were asked to kind of have a few of our students dive deep and really think about God's love for them and what that means to them. And so I have a few students who have prepared a little something for you. And we're going to start with Miss Tanya.
I put, what is love? Love is when you're missing some of your teeth and you're not afraid to smile just because your friends will still love you even though you some of you are missing. That was written by a 6-year-old named Emma. I found it on Facebook while I was arguing with God over doing this. So I did a Webster definition. It said that love is a feeling of strong or constant affection for a person. But when I looked it up in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7 had 13 different definitions of it. So it said that love is patient, kind, it rejoices when the truth wins, it never gives up, never loses faith, it's always happy and endures through every circumstance. Love is not jealous, boastful, proud. It doesn't demand its own way, it's not irritable or rude. Love is one of the 3 things that'll last forever. It says that in Corinthians also. Love is also something that you put into everything. There's nothing you can't do unless you love it, because if you do it without love, you're not doing it right. So I got to questioning myself, and I said, I wonder who is love. According to John 4:8, God is love. It was pretty blatant and simple. So I said, okay, so what else does love do? And I found something really, really big. In Corinthians 15:13, and I know Ken preaches on this all the time, it says, love lays down its own life. That's big. That's really big. Like, you can't, if you pray for somebody, that 30 seconds that you prayed, you're not getting that 30 seconds back. You're giving it to whoever you prayed for. So, I mean, it's pretty big. There are over 100 verses of love. I could not get near all of them. I had 3 pages down. I was only supposed to turn in 1. So, answer the question that I'm supposed to answer. What is love to me? Well, love is the person that helps and listens to you without expecting anything in return. They're the ones that are there to do it, but they're not doing it with anything behind it, no agenda, no nothing. They just want to do it to help you. Love is the person who answers the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning. I have done that, and it sucks, because I'm a sleeper. I like my sleep. I do not want to answer the phone at 2 a.m. Just saying. Love is always understanding. It doesn't matter the circumstance. It's going to go deeper into what's going on. It's going to look at what the situation is, what the person's life is like, what they're going through, maybe not just what they're saying or doing, because they have a reason they're doing it. Love is there when nobody else is there. That one's kind of big to me too. That's where I found out where all of my friends were. I lost a friend, and I had done a fundraiser for her, and I found out who all of my friends were at that point in time, because they were ones that were there and they didn't expect anything back at all. Love is there when things are good, but they're there when things are bad. They don't want to just be there and be like, yeah, I was there for you, everything was good, but love is like, I was there even when it was bad and I stuck through with you. Love is the source of the love looks for the source of the problem, not the way the person is acting. I kind of covered that one. I got ahead of myself. Love prays even when you don't want to. So, like, when God wakes you up at 2 or 3 in the morning and says, hey, pray for this person, you're like, wait, what? Like, I'm supposed to be sleeping. No, you're supposed to be praying for this person. And if you love them, you're going to do it. Love will do almost anything for you. Of course, with a line drawn, I can't go past this line because I have to protect myself too, but, I'll go up to the line and kind of tiptoe myself to the point where I'm right at the edge of it, and I'll do anything. And love puts itself before themselves. It's not like, okay, I really love you, but, I want to go watch the basketball game. It's like, okay, you're going through a hard time, so I'm going to be there even though I want to be at the basketball game. People are dying brutally because they love Christ and they're not afraid to show it. That's love for me. I mean, people are out there dying and getting murdered because they love God. and they're saying, hey, I love God. I don't know. I mean, I've never put in a position. I don't know if I could do it. I could stand here and say I can do it, but until I get put in the position, I don't know what it's like. Love is persistent, very much so persistent. It doesn't say, I keep trying, and nothing's happening, so I'm done. It says, I keep trying, nothing's happening, but I'm going to keep trying anyway. Love is protective. I say that in the respect that it actually says in the Bible that God protects you under his wings, and that nothing's going to happen as long as you stay under those wings.
I had to laugh when Tanya mentioned the whole losing the teeth thing, so just... When I asked myself the question of what does Christ's love mean to me, several answers flooded in my mind, but when I asked myself the question, several answers had flooded in my mind, and I couldn't get those all down, so I chose one. And I saw Christ's love, his love, as an example of what we should do. I saw his life as the example that he set during his time on the planet that we live. The way he accepted those at his dinner table, those less perfect than himself, the mercy that he showed to the people who deserve nothing less of death, and most importantly, the forgiveness he offers to a countless number of people through the sacrifice that he gave. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, Jer, you got it? Jeremy was so proactive in this, he even messaged me and asked if he could show a video at the end. And so, kudos to Jer.
Mine's not a long message, but Christ's love. Love can be stood on in three ways. Number one, people may throw away or stomp on his love. They may just not accept his love, but they can do that, for his love forgives. Number two, all of us should wake up knowing his love is what we walk on every day, or that he has given us a new day to walk total. Let there be a space between the waters of the heavens and the waters of the earth. 3. This is my favorite, and this is what God's love means to me. Standing for his word. If someone came up to me and said, if you believe in Jesus, you will be killed. If you do not, you will live. Some might lie and say no, like Peter did when he entered the gates. I would lay down my life for him. I'm not afraid to die for him. He died for us. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love.
That's awesome, Jer. I don't want to get all preachy on you while we're up here, because we're downstairs, we're not upstairs. But how about this? You'll lay down your life for him, but will you live your life for him? It's a bigger thing. That is instantaneous. Your life can be up to 100 years or more, I guess.
Okay, hello everybody. So, to me, Christ's love is loving and believing in someone despite their flaws and imperfections. It's forgiving someone for hurting you mentally or physically. Now, look back on your past and think about all those people who have hurt you or have fallen away from God or have just never known him. Now think, do you think he loves those people any less than you or I? No, he doesn't. So, he created all of us as equals. No one person is better than any other. And so I believe God loves us all equally despite our flaws, and he will forgive us of our sins and our failures, and most of all, he will never give up on any one of us, no matter what we do or how far we run from him. And that's it.
I love it. Everlasting, unfailing love. You ready? Everybody give a big whoop for Emily.
Okay, so I have seriously rewrote this thing 3 times because it made no sense, and so hopefully it makes sense now. Okay, so what does Christ's love mean to me? Christ's love is always there, even when you make a mistake. The love is still strong, and it'll never leave you. Even in your lowest point, it's there. When you think you're alone or like nobody's there for you anymore, Christ is still there loving you. Christ's love is always there, and even when you don't see it, it's still there, and his love endures forever. Christ's love is important and forgiving. It's something for me to look up to like a role model, because I always want to love like Christ. If I didn't have Christ's love, I would feel not whole, like a piece of me just left. Without Christ's love, I cannot be the person I want to be. I want to give it all to God. I want to love him like he loves me. Even if I go against God, Christ's love loves me, and it's rooting for me to go on. Christ's love is a big part in my life, and I'm glad it's never going to leave my side. His love is stronger than any other.
Thank you, Emily. All right, and last but not least, we have Miss Americas.
Okay. Christ-like love to me is that he is always there for us and when we need him. On good and bad days or any problems, negative or positive, we can rely on him. He will always be here for us, and he will never turn his back on us. As it says in Deuteronomy 31:8, the Lord himself goes before you and will never leave you and no forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be disengaged. Even when we fail or are disobedient to his word or calling in our lives, all we have to do is pray and ask for forgiveness and to be obedient and stop annoying him. He will always be there for us when we need him. He died for us on the cross for all of our sins. Psalms 56:11 says, "In God I trust in, I'm not afraid. What can man do to me?" He loves us enough to never leave our sides. One might state that these scriptures are from the Old Testament, but Hebrews 3:5-6 clearly says, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." So why were you convinced that the Lord is my helper? I will not be afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? So not only was this stated in the Old Testament, but it's also in the New Testament. Christ-like love to me is founded in Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lay down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters and refuels my soul. He guides me along the right paths for us, for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valleys, I will fear not evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff that comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will flow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the houses of the Lord forever.
Right now, what we're doing in youth, Pastor Brenda asked me to share. With January, we went over the characteristics of God, and just how he's a persistent lover or a persistent provider and a father figure and all these wonderful things and aspects about him. And then we had a couple weeks where we had some big church things going on or worship nights. And so for the month of February, really all we've been doing is working on this human video. And these guys have been, that I've asked to prepare what they think Christ's love is. That's what we've been doing for February. other than that, we're really diving into our fundraisers right now for camp, because that is my favorite thing that we have going for us. But yeah, we got our fundraisers going. We had our first Walking Tacos night, and thank you so much. That's usually an in-house fundraiser that we do, and it was on a Super Bowl Sunday night, and you guys, you still showed up and you still gave them a nice chunk of change for the tacos that they provided. And then next weekend we have a date night where I hope you guys will take advantage of it and bring some little people to hang out with us and go out and spoil your loved one. If not, have a girl. If you don't have a loved one, have a girls' night or a guys' night. You know, take advantage of it. But this is a great group of kids, and I hope you guys are very proud of them, because I sure know that I am.
They did a great job tonight, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I want to shake all your hands. Great job. Great job. This is the church of now.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They're in the schools. They're sharing their life. They're making a difference.
Thank you.
Thank you. When Pastor Ken and I sit down to plan this month of February for the sabbatical, I said, we've got to have the youth here. We have to give them an opportunity to share. Thank you guys for sharing. I know it's difficult because I heard the comments, but it was great. It was great. Continue, 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 continue shining your light for Him. Continue. You are so valuable. Sometimes you hear that you have no value, but you are. You are very valuable. Let's stand and give Him an applause. So I want to end this service tonight. I want the youth and the youth sponsors to come in the center, and then I want the rest of us to come around them, and we're going to pray for them. Praise you, Jesus. Praise you, Lord. Praise you.
Hallelujah.